What is going on, everybody? Shane Sams here from the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast and flippedlifestyle.com. Super excited to be with you today. I am checking all of my settings online here. Got my video rolling, got my microphone micing, and Jocelyn is in here as well. She is in here as well. She is not in the room with me. We are in the same location, but she is in the other room. And we will try to see if she can be in the chat room, jumping in, chiming in here as we go. And I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. See a bunch of people rolling up in the room. Let's see. Jocelyn has chimed in on the chat, and it says, I have disabled her video. So I'm going to try and enable her video right now. Let's see if I can do this. I have no idea how to do that, Jocelyn. So you're going to be really, I think you're going to be in the chat room. Let me see here. Participants, one more time as we're figuring this out. Can't figure it out, Jocelyn. I have no idea what to do. So we're going to have to practice that more. I could make you host, but I think that'll take me off the host. Oh, well, no worries. Jocelyn is in the chat room with you guys, and I want to see you guys in the chat as well. So click the chat button below. And if you hover over your screen, you should see my face. Scroll down, hit chat, and it'll open a little chat box. And let me know that you're in here. See a bunch of people logging in. Want to say hi to everybody. Want to say hi to Dean. What's going on, Dean? How you doing? Eric, what's happening? Let's see. Maria is here. Maria, how you doing? Maria Lockridge, we know her. All right. Linda Shea, I am here. I'm very excited. We were excited that you were here, Linda, and we were excited to help you guys on today's workshop. We're going to be talking about finding and vetting your business idea. You know, everybody's got an idea. I bet everybody in here has an idea in their back pocket. They've got something, you know, floating around up there, and they think they know what they're going to go do online. But we're going to help you vet that idea and make it better. Eric from North Carolina. Cool. Awesome. Where are you guys from? Tell me where you're from. Tell me what's happening. Jocelyn, I think I might have figured this out. I'm going to go to your name, if I can find you, in panelists. And I'm going to unmute you. Jocelyn, talk and see if you can talk now. Yes?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
No? Check the microphone to make sure you're on the right one. I think you're on the wrong microphone.
I'm talking.
Turn on your camera too, I think. Here, hold on a second.
Hello?
See if I can do that.
Hello?
Nope, can't do it. Okay, well, we're going to work that out for the next workshop. Jocelyn might come in here and say hi here in a minute. Come say hi, Jocelyn, real quick, and we'll say hi to everybody, and then you can go in. Oh, you can hear her. I can hear her. Maybe I've got it wrong. Let me see if I've got it wrong. I bet you I've got the microphone wrong. So let's go built-in microphone. Jocelyn, talk now. Jocelyn, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
I still can't hear. I don't know what's going on. But you can hear me, right? If you can hear me, we're going to get going. We're going to kill it. We're going to take action, and we're going to find your idea. Now I sound a little echoey. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. All right. Now we're good. Don't you love being live? Don't you love online business? Let's see. Built-in speakers. All right. What about now? Let me see if I can hear Jocelyn now. I bet I can hear her now. Jocelyn, can you hear me now?
Hello.
I can hear her, Jocelyn. I can hear her too. I still don't know how to turn your camera on though. We just switched all of our technology over to Zoom, and we're still learning it. So anyway.
Oh, wait, maybe I had to do this. Okay, now it says you can't start your video because the host has stopped you.
Oh, I'm preventing you from being on camera, baby. I'm stopping it. I'm not.
No, I'm totally fine with that.
Do that. Okay. Well, you jump in. You can go ahead and mute yourself. You have control now, and then jump in if you want to say anything. Okay. All right. Mike Shell's in the house coming to us from Alabama. Let's see. We've got RG. Who is RG? RG from San Diego. He's sneaking at work to join us on this lunchtime workshop. We're going to get to work here, man, so we can help you out. A lot of people be logging in and out and jumping in. Super excited to have everybody here on this free Flipped Lifestyle workshop. We're going to be talking all about finding your idea, using your God-given talents and experiences to find an idea for an online business and then get that out there so that you can make money online. There's nothing magic to finding your idea. There's nothing, you know, it's not sorcery that some people have ideas and some people don't. All of your ideas come from your talents and your life experience, and you can take those and put them online and make money online just like we have. It's going to be a great workshop today. I'm actually going to go through and do a little presentation, give you some of our backstory for those of you guys who might be new to the Flipped Lifestyle podcast, new to Shane and Jocelyn, new to our brand. We're going to talk about all about your ideas. I'm going to help you vet your ideas right here live on air. And not going to have a PowerPoint today, not going to be any presentations. We're kind of low-key here at in the Flip Lifestyle universe, and I like to talk face to camera. I like to be sitting here and having the conversation with you. We have a Q&A set up for later, so you want to stick around for that. I'll probably give a little presentation here, about 30 minutes during the workshop, and then I want to hear from you. Click that Q&A button. If you hover over the Zoom box, you're going to see Q&A. If you have questions while I'm talking, while I'm going over material, while we're going through the workshop, if you have any questions, go ahead and put those there. And in about 30 minutes, I'm going to do a Q&A, and I will answer your questions. You can also talk to Jocelyn. She is in the chat box right now. So if you've got any questions at all, you can ask there in the chat or in the Q&A box. The Q&A box is going to be the easiest place for you to ask those questions so that I can make sure they're all in one place, okay? So make sure you do that there. And then later on, we're going to show you your next steps. Once you have your idea, we're going to help you take your next steps, figure out where to go next. What do you need to do to take an idea out of your brain and then turn it into an online business? We talk to a lot of people, guys, thousands and thousands of people listen to our podcast. We talk to dozens and dozens of people out in the real world when we're at live events or we're speaking, and we talk to hundreds of people inside of our community every single month. And we hear a lot of people come up to us and go, man, I've got a great idea for a business. And we're like, yeah, but it's just an idea. And we've met people that I've had this idea for 3, 4, 5 years. And I've got this idea for a great business. And I'm like, what are you doing? As long as it's in your head, it's never going to make you any money. And that's what we want to do today, is not only help you find your idea, not only help you research and vet your idea on the internet to see if it's actually going to have a chance to be successful, but we want you to take your next steps. We want you to take action. We want you to start moving toward that flipped lifestyle and helping you change your future for your family, okay? All right, so I want to know if anybody here has ever asked themselves any of these questions. And when you hear the question that you've put in, you've asked yourself, I want you to drop in the chat, not the Q&A, drop in the chat that you've had these questions. Have you ever thought about, have you ever thought of the question, where do all these ideas come from? Have you ever looked at somebody, maybe me and Jocelyn, maybe somebody else, and thought, man, how did they come up with that idea for that business? How did they do it? How did they take that idea and make it a reality? How did they do that? Have you ever thought that before? I see Serena says yes with a big giant exclamation point, right? Gabrielle says yes. Maria says yes. Okay, everybody. I mean, these are every day. Like, look at Mike. Yes, every day. Where do these great ideas come from? And let me ask you if you've ever asked yourself this question: will my idea work? Can I do that too? Like, have you ever looked at like me and Jocelyn, or listened to our podcast, or you've heard one of the hundreds of guests, real members of the Flip Your Life community that we've had on our show, and they talk about their ideas, and you're like, man, that's a great idea, but I've got an idea. Maybe it's different than theirs, maybe it's similar to theirs, but will my idea work? Like, will this work for me? Is there something special about them? Did they do something different? Is their idea better? What about my idea? I think it's a great idea. I see people doing something similar, but will it work for me? And Chrissy says, that's me. Mark says, spot on. That's exactly what he's asking himself. Dan says, I ask that every day with a big smiley face. These are the questions that everybody wrestles with right before they take action and become successful, okay? Some people out there, millions and millions of people, probably 80% of the world is just going about their daily life, going about their business, and either something has not happened to them bad enough to pursue something else, or they've not been inspired enough to pursue something else. But a small group of people like me and Jocelyn, people like everybody here on this call, everybody watching this video, if you're checking this out on the replay later, everybody in the Flip Your Life community have taken that step towards something different, have taken that step toward the future, and they've thought about an idea, or they've at least started trying to come up with something to make their life different, something to pursue, something to take advantage of all this technology that we have, the internet, and the way it lets us make a living online. And they've started moving toward a better future for their family. I was actually just at my mom and dad's this morning. I dropped the kids off at school, and I went by to see my mom and dad and have a cup of coffee with them. So I go in, my dad's watching the news. He does that before he goes in to the office. He's in his late 70s, and he still goes to work every single day. He's an awesome guy. And so my mom and dad are sitting there, and my dad pulled out this newspaper article And it was when he moved his office from this little bitty shack. It was about as big as this room is where my dad started his insurance agency. And he moved it to a bigger location back in like 1995, 96. Maybe it was a little bit earlier than that. It could have been 95. I'm trying to think when I was a sophomore or junior in high school. Well, anyway, it was about 1995, somewhere in there, plus or minus a year. And I was looking at this cutout. He had the actual newspaper. It was all yellowed and old, and it looked so amazing. And I looked over, and there was an article on the back of this thing. I started reading it, and it said the federal government had just passed an initiative to get the internet into every school so that every kid could get on the internet, because the internet was just emerging. It was just becoming this thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Like, this is when like the government started investing into infrastructure and building internets, and then cell phones come out. And now every single one of us have a cell phone in our hand every single day. And we are connected to 4 or 5 billion other people on the internet. And all we have to do is take our idea and put it on the internet. And if we can get that in front of 100 people, and maybe those people pay us $50 a month, then all of a sudden we're making $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year, and you're making a living on this internet thing, this thing that didn't even exist 20, 25 years ago, this opportunity. And it's sitting there right in front of all of us. Everybody has the same access to put their products online, to take their ideas out of their head and get them into the real world. And some people are going to do that, and some people aren't. The majority are probably not going to do it. The minority are. So I'm really just want to say, before we even get started here, thank you for being here. Thank you for even thinking about ideas. Thank you for pursuing your ideas. You're doing stuff that most people in the world aren't even trying to do. And if you'll just take your idea, research it a little bit, and then take that leap of faith, you might be able to make your entire living online too. Okay. All right. So let's start the workshop. Let's get this going. I'm going to type a question over here. It's why. First thing I want to know is, why are you trying to come up with an idea? Okay. Why are you thinking about changing your life? Why are you thinking about starting an online business? You know, some people would say, hey, play it safe, go get a job, or tough it out and stick through it till retirement. Like, why are you doing this? If you want to share, like maybe you can share like why you want to start an online business, why you're looking for this idea. I know some people in here, I've talked to you personally offline and on, and I know some of you have been wrestling with coming up with an idea for a while now. Like, why are you doing this? Like, why do you want to? Because that's usually what makes people go from I have an idea to I turned my idea into an online business and I'm making money online. So I see Amy wrote, a regular job is not going to get me where I want to be in the time frame I want it to happen. That's an amazing why, Amy. An absolutely amazing why. And Mike says, I want to match my passion to my profits. That's an amazing why, man. That's an awesome why. And everybody's going to have a different why. Everybody's going to have a different reasons. But if you're not running towards something or running away from something, you're sitting still, right? Like, that's how you turn your idea into an actual business, is you latch onto it and you go and actually do something with it. And most people who are sitting still and just like playing the status quo, taking it easy, playing the safe road, are never going to take their idea out of their head and put it into reality. You've got to be running towards something, or you got to be running away from something. So even if you didn't share your idea a second ago, tell me if you're running towards something. Maybe it's a goal, or tell me if you're running away from something. Are you running away from like a bad situation at work? Are you running away from, financial instability? Are you running away from debt? You're trying to get out of debt. Like, are you running away? A little of both. Amy said, I'm doing a little of both. I totally understand that. I've been there before. Like, what are you running away from something or towards something? But either way, you're one or the other, right? You're running away or you're running toward, or you wouldn't be here. Okay. So everybody in this room, everybody watching this replay, everybody watching this training, this workshop today has something that you're running away from, something you're running toward. You have a why. And that's what's going to take you to the next step and let you take that idea and make something happen. Those of you who have heard our story before, you know that we were definitely running away from something. Jocelyn and I have a little boy named Isaac, and we have a little girl named Anna Jo. And our why was definitely running away from something. We were running away from a really bad situation where our son was at a daycare every day. Anybody in here use daycare, take your kids to daycare? you drop them off at daycare, you go to work, you come pick them up. And you ever feel that little guilty kind of situation where you're like, oh man, I hate dropping my kid off every day, but I got to go pay the bills, right? I wish I could be with my kid. I wish I could control my time with my kids. Well, we were doing the daycare thing. We were school teachers. I was teaching social studies and coaching football. My wife, Jocelyn, was an elementary school librarian. And we were doing the daycare thing, and we actually found out that the people at our daycare center were mistreating our son. They were punishing him by locking him in a bathroom for hours and hours at a time. And when we found this out, all these things came to a head. One morning, I had to go into work and ask for the day off to deal with this situation. My son, I'd placed him in a location where he could only be there for a couple hours. And it was at my little girls' daycare center, but they only took babies. So Isaac was too old to be there. They didn't have a permit, and they said, hey, you got time to run to work and run back, but we can't keep him all day. So I went to work, and I asked my boss for the day off. And the principal that was on staff at that time, she was an assistant principal, looked at me and said, no, you cannot go have the day off. I don't have a sub. I don't have time to help you in your classroom. You're going to have, if your son is not in immediate danger, you're going to have to deal with your personal problems after work. I know your son needs you, but I need you too. Okay. Your job needs you too. And I made a decision in that moment that I would never give someone so much control over my life because they paid me a paycheck, because they bought me some health insurance. I made the decision at that point that I was going to come up with an idea, and I was going to go make a living on my own, and I was going to become and stay self-employed. And eventually I would get to the point where when my son needed me, I didn't have to ask anybody permission to be there. That's my why. That is our why. That's what we were running from. And we were running toward that freedom that would give us that control and give us that power over our life to be there for Isaac and Anna Joe. Okay. So it didn't happen overnight, just like you. Maybe you've been wrestling with this. Maybe you've had an idea and you've been thinking about it for a while, and you've been watching other people succeed, and you've been trying to figure out if you could do it, if this was for you. Okay. Just like you, I was driving in my car every day to work, listening to podcasts. I was looking things up on the internet, trying to come up with an idea, but real world businesses, brick and mortar businesses were too expensive. MLMs are scams, and I didn't want to go down that road of harassing all my friends on Facebook, and I just couldn't figure out an idea. And then one day, I was on a lawnmower mowing my grass, and I listened to a podcast where a guy talked about sending people a study guide for a test. And he charged them $49 for that PDF. And he would email it to them. They would send him $49 on PayPal, and he would email this back to them. And I stopped on that lawnmower, and I jumped off, and I said, this is it. We can come up with an idea. We can take our God-given talents, the things that we know. We can take our God-given experiences, the things that we've been through in life, and we can turn them into digital products, and we can send them to people on the internet. We can record courses. We can start forums and communities. We can teach people other things to help them go to the next level in whatever they do. And we can do the same thing, and we can make money online. So I started talking to Jocelyn. We started wrestling with ideas. And maybe 4, 5, 6 months later, we figured out that we had all the tools right in front of us to start an online business. Jocelyn's idea was to take what she was doing at school. She was an elementary librarian. Elementary librarians have to teach every day, just like other teachers do. And they may have first graders, second graders, third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders. It takes hours and hours of time at night, on the weekends, time away from your family to plan these lessons. And Jocelyn said, hey, if I'm looking for lessons online, maybe other elementary librarians are. Every elementary school in the country's got a librarian. Maybe I could make lesson plans for those elementary librarians. I could sell them a membership, maybe $49, $50 a month, and they would log in to get their lessons every day so that they didn't have to work at night. And so they could teach their kids the things they needed to know, and they would be happier because of it. I could do something for them, take my knowledge and experience. They could pay me for that material. So Jocelyn takes elementarylibrarian.com. She starts making lesson plans. She starts working and building an audience, building social media. She gets her idea out of her head and onto the computer and then online, and she goes out and launches to a list of just a couple hundred people. And she made almost $3,000 that month. in the first month that we ever launched it. It was like $2,600, something like that. Like, it was amazing. Like, that was as much money as one of us brought home as school teachers. And we did it just by taking our knowledge and experience, creating something and putting it out on the internet. That business, 13 months later, as we stacked money and we grew that business, allowed us to quit our full-time jobs. And then we said, but can we repeat this? Can anybody do it? Can we do it again? So I started thinking, like, well, what other products could we create? So we created a history teacher website. We did the same thing, rinse and repeat. Then I was like, hey, I'm a football coach. I'm not a good football coach. I've never been a state championship. I've never been undefeated. But you know what? I know the game, and I think that I could help new coaches. So I created and started selling playbooks, football coaches to football coaches all around the country. Just started taking these ideas and planning them out into the world. And all of a sudden we started making more and more and more money. We started building more and more and more momentum, and everything we started working. And it just kept going. Get your idea, turn it into a product, settle it online. Boom, grow an audience, you've got it. So those were our ideas. We had our why. We had ideas. We went out and did it, and that's what let us quit our job. That's what led to the flipped lifestyle where we are today, where we now help other families start, build, and grow their own online business so they can find the freedom that we have, all because we not only had an idea, but we went out and we did something with it, right? We discovered and focused on our God-given talents and experiences to create our business so that we could be successful. And that's all you've got to do. We're going to go through right now in a second. I'm going to help you come up with your ideas. We're going to talk about your ideas. We're going to vet ideas, right? And look at them online to see if you can make money online. I'm going to show you how, we weren't just guessing and throwing mud on the wall all the time. We said, hey, are there people looking for lesson plans? We looked at the search results, and yes, there were. Are there other people out there selling lesson plans? Yes, there were. Are there other people creating playbooks and football products? There were. So we went out and we made sure we researched it first to say, hey, there is a market for this, but we've got to go out, we've got to take the chance, and we've got to make it happen, okay? All right, so tell me real quick, we're going to get into this. I'm going to actually pick a few people here in a few minutes, and we're going to vet some ideas. We're actually going to look at some different ideas. We're going to talk about ideas. Like, tell me if you already have your idea. I want to know what it is. Go ahead and put it in the chat box. I've got some questions. I see your questions. I will get to your questions and answer those questions here in just a few minutes, but tell me your idea. Go ahead and just real quick, a sentence, a paragraph, whatever it is, just tell me your idea in a nutshell. And if you don't even have an idea, just put, I don't have an idea. I don't even have an idea. I don't know what I'm doing, and I need some help. I'm going to be opening a couple browser windows over here because I'm going to go and screen share a little bit here in just a few minutes to help you guys with your ideas. All right. But an idea in itself for an online business has to be something that you can turn into a digital product. You can do physical products. You can mail people stuff. I actually have a print newsletter. Let me check this out. I actually do have a physical business where I email this newsletter to people every single month. Not selling this today. I'm just showing it to you. But like I actually do have a physical business. Same thing. It's an online business, but it's information, it's knowledge, it's training, it's coaching, it's things you can teach people how to do with tutorial videos, just like you'd watch on YouTube or something like that. Okay. Let's see. Joanne Westbrook said the print newsletter is the bomb, by the way. Thank you very much. Let's see. I think that's Maria. Oh, whatever. The ideas are flowing, and they are flowing fast. All right. Let me read a few of these ideas here. All right. I see a lot. Hold on a second. My browser's not working. All right. All right. I got my windows pulled up here. All right, so let's look at a couple of these ideas. Got a background in ministry, successfully building several ministries. I want to consult female ministry leaders, help to structure their ministries. Awesome. See, that's a perfect idea for a digital product. You have training, you have community calls, workshops where you can talk to them. You can mentor people, and people will pay for stuff like that. Ironman coaching and mindset training. I think that's Tyler. I can't see here. Let me make my window bigger so I can see people's names. Okay. These are all amazing ideas. Ironman coaching and mindset training. That's amazing. Like Tyler, I think it's Tyler. Imagine if you could get 100 people to pay you $50 a month to train them for 6 months to run an Ironman, right? Because it's going to take time to run a marathon or do an Ironman or something like that. Like, that's a lot of retention. That's like making, you just get, and somebody's starting a new training regimen for an Ironman every single week. That's awesome. I help teachers learn how to teach online. Crystal Harper, that's a great idea. Let's see, Rhonda, create keepsake products and inspirational information for those who want life to make life matter, even the messy parts. That's so funny. When I was at my mom and dad's this morning, we were just talking about that, like how in the modern world, we don't really keep keepsakes anymore. We don't really take care of physical pictures. We don't keep the newspaper clippings as much as we used to. We take pictures of them and file them away somewhere in Dropbox, right? Like that's an amazing, amazing idea. I was just talking about that this morning. Let's see. Help brick and mortar business owners create a memorable experience in store and make more money. Hey, that is an awesome product. Like it basically, like when the customer opens the door until they check out in the cash register and leave the door, you teach people how to do that, because a lot of businesses don't know how to do that. I went into a gas station yesterday. Jocelyn and I went to a field trip. We took yesterday off, just decided not to work, and went to a field trip with Anna Joe. We went on a hike out in the woods. It was really cool. We were driving back, and I went into a gas station. And like, some gas stations are like really nice and bright and well lit, and you go get your coffee and you do your thing and whatever. This place looked like a third world dungeon that was like, ready, like in Mad Max. Like it was like the world had ended and this was the only place left, and they had one rack of Doritos left in the world, and you had to go fight someone for them. Like it was very scary. So, like stuff like that really matters. My idea is to create Bible journaling products, awesome, downloadable, and a physical product. That'd be a great physical product. Let's see. Gabrielle says, military enlistment test. Oh, it's a test. ASVAB training and study guide. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so many. Look at all these ideas. Y'all came in here thinking, oh, I don't have an idea. Will my idea work? I don't know. But those are all great ideas. But that's all they are. Right now, they're text in that chat box. Right now, they're neurons snapping and firing in your brain until you do something with them and take action with them. So what is holding you back? What is holding you back right now? Okay. Like why haven't you? I'm asking you a question. I want to know. Tell me in the chat. You've got these great ideas. Tell me why you're not taking action on them yet. Tell me why you haven't done that yet. Okay. Why are you not doing this? All right. So Jessica says, because it may flop. It may. All of our businesses could have failed. That's true. That is true, though. I get the fear. I hear you, and I totally respect that. But yeah, it could. It very well could. You won't know until you try. All right. Let's see. Instead of all panelists, let's see. Am I doing something? Jocelyn's saying something. She'll handle that. Running my day-to-day business, and I'm afraid to pull away time from that. Mark Cardone. I get that, Mark. Hey, listen, we were school teachers. I was coaching football. I was leaving the house at 6 a.m. I was coming back at 7 p.m. Jocelyn was getting home at like 6. And it was really, really difficult for us to find the time, to make the time. And we had to make some sacrifices, dude. We did. We had to give up some sacrifice. We had to sacrifice some things. We had to get rid of some things. And we had to basically go all in on our business for like a year and a half to make it work. But I totally hear you, dude. I was a time-pressed teacher, time-pressed parent when we started our business, and I totally get that. A lot of people saying lack of time. Let's see. My wife is texting me. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me see here. Let's see what she was saying. What's going on? What are you saying? I'm going to text her off platform here to see if I can get a better read on what's going on. Sorry, I didn't think anything to do with this end. Let's see. Time where it fell. Hi, Shane, your wife is texting you. What is going on here, guys? I see Shane instead of all panelists. Click on attendees. There's 2 tabs up top if you can't see the attendee messages. Tell people to switch to all panelists. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So look at the chat box. It says 2. Instead of panelists, click at all panelists and attendees. You got a drop-down menu there. All panelists and attendees. All right. All panelists and attendees. All right. So there you go. Now you got to say all panelists and attendees. So I can see everything now. All right. Let's go into panelists. There we go. And Marissa says, I've actually started writing one of my ebooks and I'm halfway finished. Good job. That's one step closer to your goal, and baby steps will get you closer to your goal. Whenever I have started taking action. Just collected the test print of my first Bible journaling kit, but I need to actually launch it. That's right. That's the next step. You just keep taking those next steps. Keep getting the support you need. Keep getting out there and doing it. That's what's going to make it happen. So we got a lot of people in the room that are doing some things. We got a lot of people that are not. But one of the biggest things that I hear from you guys in the chat box right now and from our community is they just don't know if it will flop. They don't know what kind of chance they have at success. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can check your stuff. To see if it is actually going to have a chance to succeed online. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple of the ideas from earlier and I'm going to put those into some tools that we use. These are all pretty much free tools that you can use to check to see if people are actually going to be able to buy your product, if you can make money online. All right. We've helped hundreds of people in the Flip Your Life community start, build, and grow successful online businesses. We have hundreds and hundreds of success stories in the Flip Your Life community in our success forums. And the biggest thing that we do is we help people get their idea, research their idea, create their product, and launch their product, right? And then market their product. So what I want to help you guys do today is take all these ideas. You guys are, everybody here, I think, has some kind of idea floating around. And I want to look and help you do that. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about some of these mindset issues holding you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so let me scroll back up. All right. So let's see. All right, let's talk about. I like this Army one. I like this the ASVAB military enlistment test. So Gabrielle, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how we would research an idea and see if it would make any money online. I've never seen this idea before from Gabrielle. I have no idea what's about to show up on this, and we're going to talk about that. So, hey, you guys that are putting in, like, I have 0 lists. I see you, Jessica, and my idea is super pigeonholed. I want you to go put those in the Q&A so I can get to those in a few minutes. Tell me, take all of those objections, all of those things that you have, all those questions, and I want you to put those in the Q&A, okay? And I'm going to get to those in just a minute. But right now, I'm going to take Gabrielle's idea, and I'm going to research this. So I'm going to try and share my screen with you guys real quick. Let me go over to where I'm at, okay? All right. That is the, let's see. Now, can you see my screen? Let me know that. Can you see my screen? Can you see everything inside the screen? I want to view my chat. Can I view my chat while I'm doing this? Let's see, chat box. Yes, I can. Okay, all right, cool. All right, can you see my screen? All right, so the first thing I want you to do when you're researching an idea is I want you to go to Amazon.com. All right, this is free for everybody. Everybody can use this. Everybody can see this. Do you all see Amazon.com on my screen right now? Okay. All right. All right, yes. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use the search results in Amazon.com to give us some clues. Success leaves clues, and we want clues that our idea is actually doing something in the marketplace. So I'm just going to start with this ASVAB military enlistment test, and I'm going to type this in. Okay, so here's what I see immediately, and I'm going to talk straight to Gabrielle here because this is her idea. I'm seeing study guides being sold for this already. That's a good thing. Somebody has already took the time to write these study guides, to write and create these flashcards, to write these books. And here's another thing I love to see. They're charging for these resources. That means that there are people creating in the marketplace and they are selling stuff somewhere. And look at this. They've got 93 reviews, 125 reviews, 175 reviews. Success leaves clues, and it's paid for reviews, right? We've got reviews right here. We've got paid products out in the marketplace. There is 100% a market for this product, okay? Now, so this one, I'm going to click on one of these, just look at it. We've got right down here, we've got an actual study guide that already exists. There is a pie in the marketplace. You just have to get a piece of the pie, right? So that's the first tip I want you to do. Everybody right now, open a different browser. Open a separate browser. Don't close the window. You'll get kicked out of here, okay? And I want you to go open a browser, and I just want you to think of like a keyword, okay? Like for your thing, and see if there's a book about it. Let me tell you something. Books are not an easy project, even self-published ones. If it takes months, sometimes years, to write a book, get it published, get it online, and then to get someone to actually buy it, like that's a huge clue if there's books about your marketplace, and especially if there's books written by multiple authors, okay? Then you've got a good clue that you've got some success, okay? All right, so go and type that in. Everybody just type it in Amazon real quick and see, hey, wow, there's a book about my idea. And let me preface everything else I'm about to say by competition is a great thing. If there are already people in the marketplace making money with a similar idea to yours, that's the best thing you could ever find. Never be afraid of competition. Remember, you only need 100 people to give you $50 in a month to make $60,000 a year. You only need 200 people out of the billions of people on the internet to make a living online, okay? So competition is a great, great thing. Look up your ideas, and if you got any questions, you can drop them in the Q&A as you're finding that, okay? So tip number one for researching your idea is just see if books are written about it and see if they're selling. If they are, you need to take action on your idea. You need to do it right now because other people are making your money in the marketplace right now, and you need to go get it because a lot of people are going to like your book better, like your product better. They're going to like your stuff better, okay? All right, Gabrielle, awesome stuff, okay? All right, so let's go on. I'm going to go back to my screen share here. All right, tip number 2, tell me when you see my screen. Let me know when you see my screen. Make sure I got everybody on the same page here. All right. And Joss and I still do this today. This is still how we research our ideas, okay? Hey, Mark, if you got 1 or 2 books, you're good, okay? Doesn't have to be a bunch of people. It's just a clue, all right? We're looking for clues, not confirmation, all right? I'm going to write that down in the chat. Clues, not confirmation, okay? Because when let me come back on screen here real quick. I want to talk to you about this. That's a great point, Mark. So Mark said he didn't find a lot of books. Mark, put what you searched for in the book, and I'll jump into Amazon here in a minute and look it up for you. When we searched through this same process for elementary librarian, there was almost nothing, right? There was a few scattered things on Amazon. There was barely any search results, and there wasn't many people selling anything for elementary librarian. But there was a need for it. And I'm going to give you another tip here in just a second to show you the second phase. Like we've looked at the commercial side. Now we're going to look at the customer side and see if people are looking for the information, right? It's one thing that people are providing it, but are people looking for it? And we found that people were looking for it once we did our research, okay? So these are phases. If you found a few books, you're good. We're going to show you the next step, see if people are looking for it. You may have found a blue ocean, a place where there is a need for a product, but nobody's selling it. That could be the best thing that ever happened to you, okay? All right, so what we're going to do, let's see, Mark, go put it in the Q&A. Put it in the Q&A, and I'll jump in yours here in a second. Back to Gabrielle. We're having fun. Let's get after it. All right, so the next thing that we would do, all right, is I would go over to the Google keyword tool, okay? So I'm going to click over here to the Google Keyword Planner. This is a little more advanced tool. You do have to set up an account with Google AdWords. Jocelyn, if you could put Google AdWords in the chat for me, that'd be awesome. And you do have to get access to this tool, and you need to be running ads. I have turned ads off right now because I wanted it to look like someone who wasn't spending any money on the platform, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to now check and see if people are looking for this information. So I'm going to take that same topic that we typed in to Amazon, and I'm going to look at actual data here to see if people are searching for this in Google. Google indexes every search you make, and Google gets billions of searches a day. So we're going to see if if real people, not sellers, but buyers are looking hungry for this information about the ASVAB test for military indoctrination or whatever. All right, so look at this. The exact words ASVAB test are searched for up to 100,000 times a month. An ASV practice test, Gabrielle, 10,000 to 100,000 times a month. Now, if you buy an ad, these get more specific. But I wanted to just show you there's a range here. We are 100% positive just from this data. Practice ASVAB, ASVAB for Dubbies, ASVAB study guide. This is being searched for. Average monthly searches, right? Hundreds of thousands. There is a deep, powerful, huge, hungry market for this thing, right? So now we've got this confirmation, all right? We've got creators creating products in this market, Gabrielle. We've got buyers searching for information, for anything they can find about this product. What if you had a free practice test that you could give them? You think somebody would give you an email for that and you could start building an email list? Heck yeah, they would. You just have to put it out there, right? We've got tons of search, tons of people, lots of people looking for it, lots of people creating for it. You've just got to get your piece of the pie. And always remember this. almost every piece of content that we know in our minds is free on Wikipedia, right? If you really wanted to do something, you could go figure it out, but you got to search for it. It's time consuming, and people don't want random information. They want to be led. They want a community leader that cares about them to come in and help them take their next steps. They want content that's curated perfectly in order so that they can take their next steps. And they want a community of people that are interested in the same thing as they are. Like if you're taking this ASVAB test, wouldn't you rather take it like with a group of people that you can study together and you can work together so you all pass it and you all get into the military? Like that's what they want. So we've confirmed now your idea has creators creating. And now we've kind of got some clues that they're making sales because they're making some money. We had reviews on the Amazon book, right? And then we've got people actually searching for this idea, okay? All right, so now here's what we're going to do. One more tip. This is like the third thing that I like to do for this, okay? And let me get my screen share back going here, okay? All right. So what we're going to look for, once I get everything pulled up and typed in. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen again. As soon as you see my screen, say, I see your screen. Okay. As soon as you see my screen again, let me know. Okay. All right. Once you can see the screen, let me know you can see the screen. I'm going to teach you how to do this. It's an awesome tip. All right. I can see the screen. I see that. All right. Good. All right. So I'm going to go back one page here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Go to Google. Everybody's got Google. Everybody's got Google. Look at Google, and we're just going to type in one of those words we found. Remember when we looked at the keyword, people were looking for practice tests and AV, SAB, study guides. That's interesting. Let's look at study guides. Watch this. I'm just going to do a simple free Google search, and I'm going to go bam. Now, so here you can see the results come up. Like there's a lot of results for this. We got some other words that we can research, like related searches. But here's the most important thing on this page, okay? And it's at the top. Ad. This search term has ads. What that means is that not only is someone creating information about this idea, not only are customers searching for information about this idea, but there are people making enough money online off this idea that they're spending some of that money on ads. They are this is so profitable. They are investing their money back. And not just one, two, three. That's awesome. There are people competing in this space because there's so much money to be made for this study guide. So once you confirm that people are looking for your idea, once you confirm that people are putting in the time to create products already for the idea, and then once you are confirmed that people are actually spending money back into the marketplace about your idea, you've got a good idea. The only thing that's holding you back is you taking the next step. You building a platform to sell your idea. You creating the product so that people can have something to exchange for their money for your idea, and you building an audience around your version of that idea, because that's all online business is, guys. It's your version. It's your spin on things that probably already exist, right? You are here at this web. Why are you here? Somebody tell me why you're here. Why did you sign up for Shane and Jocelyn Sams Flipped Lifestyle Free Idea Workshop? Not like, how did you hear about us? How do you know about us? Like, why do you like us? Like, this is our version of online business. Like, we like memberships. We love people. We love building communities. Like, you heard us on another podcast, right? Like, and you liked us, so you came on down and got to know us a little better. Like, the same thing will happen to you. Do you know why people liked my football coaching business? They loved it because I wasn't Nick Saban. They liked it because I wasn't some state championship coach. They came because I was a guy like them. I had lost games. I had losing seasons. I had turned around a program and we won 8 games and it was the best season in school history. And we were proud of that, right? Like, they wanted that for them. Okay. That's why people bought my playbook over the college football coach world champions playbook, because they said, hey, you know what? This guy's like me. He goes to practice every day and he looks around and his running backs are slow and his linemen are not so fit, right? And he goes out and he tries to win with that on Friday nights, and I'm trying to do the same thing. And this guy did it. He went from 0-10 and through his career 8-2, right? So like, how do I do that? How do I do that too? I was more like them. They related to me better, so they bought my product over the big guys, right? And just like we found these competitors, that's why people will buy your product, because of your God-given talents, of your God-given experience, of your God-given personality. When you inject that into a product that can solve their problem, and you get it out of your head, you let that idea pass through your lips and your fingertips, and it becomes a course, or it becomes an ebook, or it becomes something that a blog post, it becomes something that you can actually deliver. That's called a deliverable, right? And now that you can give that deliverable and they can send you money back, right? They can pay you month after month and year after year, and you can create an online income. You can become and stay self-employed because you researched your idea and you said, hey, this is not a guarantee that I'm going to succeed, but by God, it's a chance that I can succeed and I can make my future better for my family. And I've been shown the path. I just have to walk the path and try, right? And I got to go get a piece of that pie. Then you're going to be able to go and build something like me and Jocelyn have built here in Flip Lifestyle, here at elementarylibrarian.com. Here, we're not just coaches, right? We're not life coaching here, people. We're here. We are hardcore business people. We are entrepreneurs, and we teach other entrepreneurs how to change their family's future in the same way we did through elementarylibrarian.com, ushistoryteachers.com, coachxo.com, my old football playbooks, all the stuff at prolificmonthly.com. We have multiple businesses, and every online business we have now, we're cookie cutter them and they're working. We have hundreds of people in our Flip Your Life community doing the same thing on their ideas. I've heard some crazy ideas, guys. I've heard some crazy ideas. Jocelyn, find the chicken guy and drop it in the chat. We just had a guy on our podcast a couple weeks ago, and he loved raising chickens in his backyard, and he built an audience about this and started a podcast, and he's got over 100 people, members in his community, paying him every month to help them raise chickens. That's a real thing that happened, right? Like your idea is not crazy. I promise you. We have people in every space under the sun, all sorts of awesome ideas. There's the podcast. There's the chicken podcast, right? Fliplifestyle.com/podcast 309. If you want to go check that out. But like if this guy's making a living raising chickens, you can make a living with whatever you typed into Amazon and typed into Google keywords and typed into Google today. You just got to get some clues and then follow the path the clues lead you down and make an attempt, make a try, go get it. Take your idea and make it into a reality. Take your next steps. If maybe you came in here with an idea today. You've now verified it as we've walked through go out and build the product, right? Go out and create the platform, the website. Go get an order form and set that up. Get your sales pages written so that you can go out and you can sell it. And this is the best time of year to do this, guys, because we're right now in the fourth quarter of the year. It's later in the year. Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up. People are always looking to do new things and try new things in the new year. You could start today and build this thing out over the next few weeks and then launch it over the next few weeks. And then now you're going into 2020, you're going into the next year, going into the next decade, giving yourself a chance at taking your idea and building it and using it to build a better future for your family. Okay. So we've got a bunch of questions. We got a ton of questions. I'm going to be transitioning here into this Q&A part of the workshop today because I want to make sure we always help people. Gabrielle, hope you enjoyed that research. Really, really pumped to see what you do with that idea because not a lot of ideas have that much search, that many clues, man. But wow, I mean, you got clues everywhere. You just got to build it. You got to build a brand around it. You got to go build a platform around it. And, we would love to help you do that inside the Flip Your Life community. We have all the training and stuff that you'd ever need in there. If you need help with a product, Gabrielle, you need to build that thing. You need to go after that. You need to do it because, that is that was a well-stocked marketplace full of people making money. And, you need to go get a piece of that pie. Okay. So if you're not a member of the Flip Your Life community, Gabrielle, I want to drop something in here for you in the chat right now. I'm going to drop a deal. That's a quarterly price. I'm going to give you 1 month free. You're going to buy 2 for the price of 3. And then you don't pay anything until 2020. There won't be another payment. You get access to all of our courses, but I really don't want you to miss out on that idea because it was awesome. That was a really, really good idea. Okay. All right. So let's go to the Q&A here. And I'm going to read some of these questions out loud. Let's see. All right. So Crystal says, how concerned should I be if I cannot find anyone else selling exactly what I'm doing? helping teachers to learn to teach online. I have been thinking that it is, oh, got another question there. Where did Jessica's go? I lost it. Hold on. Where did Crystal's question go? How did I lose that question? Let's see here. Oh, how concerned, Jocelyn, don't hit enter until I missed it when you hit that. How concerned should I be if I cannot find anyone else selling exactly what I'm doing? I've been thinking that it is so new, that is why, but I still cannot find any customers after 5 months. Well, let me make sure that you're doing that correctly. I'm going to pop back over, and I'm going to go to Amazon real quick, and I'm going to search for it real quick for you. Okay, so I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to put how to teach online. Yeah, most of it looks like it's about, let's see, it's about, oh, here we go. No, how to teach math on the internet, how to be a digital. There are books about it, okay? But it's more like how to do it, not like how to set it up. What you might want to do is pivot a little bit, Crystal. If you really can't find the marketplace, go after people that are searching for something else. Like teachers are probably searching for jobs besides teaching. If you need to target things that they're actually looking for. So the best tool that you can use right now is probably the Google AdWords keyword tool to find things they're actually like. Think like your customer. I'm a teacher. I don't want to teach anymore. I want to teach online from home. I know there's all these, teach English to, Chinese kids. I know in other countries, I know there's teach Spanish to, as a second language to other kids. I know there's the Florida schools that, let all their teachers teach online. Like, go and find things like that they're searching for and keep going down the rabbit hole. But here's the deal. You're not searching necessarily for, I want to teach online. You're searching for teachers who want something different, right? That's what you're looking for. So think like that. You might just be looking for the wrong thing, okay? All right, great question, Crystal. Mark said, I just joined. You just click Gabrielle's link. All right, that's okay. That's all right. Anybody wants to. That's awesome. Good job, Mark. All right, so welcome, Mark. Yeah, I got a quarterly deal, guys. Normally we try to keep everything really affordable. Sometimes you'll go to these workshops and people are asking you to give them $1,000. Like, we don't do that. Like, our goal is to help real families who have ideas and are willing to go out and try them to have the best possible chance they can. So we created a program called the Flip Your Life Blueprint. We have a community of hundreds of people from all over the world, and that we help. We do live Q&As every single month. We do 2 live Q&As for our community to help people take those next steps and get these ideas to market. And so if you want to join right now, it's usually $49 a month. We keep it really affordable, but I'll give you a month free. You can get it for $99 for a quarter. So that's 3 months, 3 for the price of 2. And if you join today, you won't pay anything else the rest of this year, not until 2020. So, anybody that came to the workshop today, appreciate you for being here. Want to help you take your next steps. There was a lot of great ideas in the chat earlier. And if we can help you do that, we're going to keep dropping that link in there, and you can do that too. But let me jump back to these questions. If you got any questions about that link or need the link, ask Jocelyn in the chat. Okay. Dustin says, do you think building websites and membership sites for YouTubers so that they can start their own audience is a good idea? Dustin, that's a great idea. I'll be honest. Hold on a second. Where's that book at? I think I just bought a book about that. Yeah, look at this. So is it a good idea? If you did that, will people spend money on it? I just bought a book about it called YouTube Secrets. But one of my goals for 2020 is to grow our YouTube channel. So you're looking at an avatar. You're looking at your customer right now. In fact, if you go build your thing, you go join the community, you get in there and you build your thing. I'll be your first customer. You teach me how to grow, because we got a great podcast audience, but I want a great YouTube audience. But I just spent money on this thing the other day, and I've already flipped through it twice. So yeah, there's definitely people out there creating and buying people, stuff for YouTubers so they can start their own audience and grow it. So 100%, dude, I'd buy that book tomorrow. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. Let me click in here and let's see here. Got a message here I'm answering. Let's see. La-di-da-di-da. All right, let's see. Jessica says, I have 0 list, so I feel like I'm not ready, but I have my program laid out. I have a course that shows people how laid out. I'm assuming that's an outline, Jessica. You haven't actually created this yet? Let me know if you've created it. I have a course that shows people how to start a DIY art business. Love it. I know someone that actually does that and makes money online doing it right now. We actually have a couple art people in the community. I started this business from scratch and we're very successful. I found no resources to help me start up. I've created a resource for others. I wanted to support them after the course, but it's super niche. Okay, so here's the 3 steps, Jessica, that you need to take. Here are your next steps. Number 1, if you've created the course already, good job. We need to get that online where people can buy it. Product first, okay? Number 2, you need to start creating content for free to start building an audience. When we started elementarylibrarian.com, it had 0 audience. When we bought the domain, 0 audience. When we put the first products up, almost 0 audience. When Jocelyn started her Facebook page, 0 audience. She worked her butt off for 2 or 3 months to get 200 people on an email list. This wasn't an email list of 200,000 people now, right? She didn't have 50 million people paying attention to her Facebook page. She had a couple hundred, right, when we launched. But like, if you don't launch your product and if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to have an audience, right? You're never ready. That's like saying, I'm ready to have kids. Now, who in here who has children was actually ready to have kids? You weren't. I guarantee it. None of us are. I've had a kid for 10 years and I'm not ready now. I still don't know what I'm doing, right? Like, but you just go and you just put one step in front of the other and you just move forward, taking those baby steps. Sometimes you fall forward on your face, but guess what? Falling forward is still moving forward, right? You just pick back up and start walking again. And you got to get out there. You got to build an audience. You got to go out and do it. Like, who is ready to get married? You're never ready to get married, right? Me and Jocelyn have been married. Oh, no. 15 years? How long have we been married, Jocelyn? Please don't get mad at me, but tell them how long we've been married. We're still not perfect at this. Like 15 years? 20? We've been together over 20 years. I know that. Okay. Anyway, 16 years. No clue what I'm talking about. Going to move forward. Going to keep going. See, I'm falling on my face right here in front of you, but I'm just going to keep moving. That's what you guys should do. 16 years. 16 years. Been with Jocelyn. Long time. All right. But we still don't know what we're doing, right? You're never ready for a business. You can only take your next steps. Like, you'll never have an audience if you don't launch and grow. You launch the product first, then you launch your content second, and then you grow your audience. We can help you do all 3 inside the community. We've got training to turn your idea and your product into an actual course, right? We got training for how to build a platform. We've got training for how to build an audience and market it. So you're going to have to get in there. Watch the course when you get in there called Platform. We have a course that's building your platform. That's the one that you need to watch if you've got your course ready to go. And check that out, because you got to put yourself out there. Like I said, Jocelyn only had a couple. We had 0 when she started. A couple hundred people paid attention to us, enough to give us their email when we launched. And we went on to sell that business for over $1 million on the contract. Now think about that. That became $1 million business because we launched with a small list. We launched with almost no audience, and we built it brick by brick, day after day, year after year. And you need to do the same thing, Jessica. Okay. All right. Mark says, our newest member, Mark Cardone. Welcome, Mark, to the Flip Your Life community. Cannot wait to see you. I think we got a member call. Jocelyn, when's our next member call? Is it on the 30th? I think we got a member call next week, guys. So if you want to be on our next member call, Jocelyn and I, the member calls are even more intense than this. It's not just me like teaching in a workshop setting. Like, me and Jocelyn are sitting in this room. We flip on people. You come on screen. You get to talk to us. Like, we hear your voice. If you've heard our podcast, it sounds a lot like that, right? And you can be on a member call next week. I think we have a member call, live premium Q&A. So we're going to be able to talk to you guys. You could get started today, get a little work done, and come ask questions, and we'll help you out on your membership. Let's see. Mark Cardone says, brick and mortar success, retail business success. There are a few results, but not a ton of reviews. Oh, okay. I was going to look at that. All right. So what is the result you're trying to give, Mark? Tell me that. I'm going to tell me that one. I'll come back to it. What result do you want to give to your audience? Okay. All right. Tyler says, I want to teach people in small businesses how to use Facebook ads and business manager platforms so that they can do their own advertising. Would include training, coaching, and options. I don't even have to research that one, Tyler. There's a ton of people doing that, and there's not enough people doing it, because 80% of probably brick and mortar small business people don't even know about Facebook. Jocelyn and I, the other day, I go to this place down the street and get my shirts cut off, because I'm 5'11". I'm not exactly a tall dude, so like I have to go I get t-shirts, and I'm a big guy. I like to think I'm big and strong, you know what I'm saying? But like I get my shirts are too long. I can never find a t-shirt that fits me, so I go get them hemmed down. There's this little old lady named is it Georgia, Jocelyn, or Gloria? It's Georgia. I think her name is Georgia. And Georgia hems my shirts. Well, I went in the other day And she was like, yeah, I put this sweater on Facebook the other day and 25 people came in and bought one. And we showed her how to boost a post to go sell 100 of them. And she was like, her mind was blown. She had no clue how to even boost a post. So that's a huge need. And there's a lot of people looking for that. Okay. Maria says, it's been a while since I tried Google AdWords. Last time I tried using it, it wouldn't show me much data. Let me give you a tip for Google AdWords. For those of you who want to use the Google AdWords keyword tool to research your ideas more, all you got to do is sign up for AdWords, okay? And then pick if you can get a URL from your Facebook page or whatever, and you can put it in there and start an ad, and it will, if you do it for $1 a day, it'll let you have the full results, okay? So that's an easy way to get through, for a couple bucks a day. You can turn it off and on when you're using it, for a day or two, and you can get the full results, okay? Rhonda says, what if you have multiple ideas with different and specific audiences? How do you decide where to dive in? You do the research, okay? Where were the most clues, Rhonda? Like, where were the most clues? And then, so you look at the idea, you compare them, you say, well, this one has the biggest audience, the most people making money. I'm going to go with this one first. You balance that with what you like the best, what's your passion, what do you love, right? Like I had a choice in the beginning between U.S. history teacher lesson plans and football playbooks. I chose football playbooks because I like football better than teaching about history. I love them both, but I like football better. I couldn't make a decision, so I just picked the one I liked the best because I knew I would stay the most focused on it and try the hardest. And then later, I created the second thing. It's not an either-or decision. It's an order decision, right? When you have multiple guys, we have 5 or 6 businesses right now, and we work on different ones different days. None of these decisions are either or. It's just what comes first. Pick one. It doesn't even matter. 3 months from now, if it's not working, try the second one, right? It's good to have multiple ideas, but pick the one that looks like it has the best chance of success. There's no guarantees on anything. So pick the one that looks like it could be the most successful, and then temper that with which one you think you're the most interested in, that you'll stick with it. Then go out and build the product. Try to build an audience. It takes 3 to 6 months before you're ever going to be successful. Some of you guys are looking for a home run and an overnight success because all these gurus feed you garbage information all the time about miracles and winning the lottery type numbers and all that stupid stuff. But no, it's brick by brick, good idea plus customer looking for good idea equals income becoming and staying self-employed. And that takes time. It took us 13 months to quit our job, right? So no sugarcoating here, but you got to pick one or you're picking none. So instead of wrestling with an idea, why not try one for 4 months and see if it works and then try the next one, okay? Let's see. What are the steps and resources to promote a product, okay? All right, so this is really, Rhonda, focused on the idea. I'm going to put this back in here. We do have courses on how to market your product. We have courses on Facebook ads. We have courses on getting out there and how to create content. I have a whole suite of courses just on creating free content. Jocelyn and I have a saying, you either roll up your sleeves or open your wallet if you want to grow an audience. And we teach you how to do that. And that's a huge topic. That's a whole other workshop in and of itself. But we already have 3 or 4 courses just on free content creation, just on growing your audience, building sales funnels, paid advertising. All of that is inside the Flip Your Life community. I just dropped a link in the chat box for our quarterly discount that we're offering. And this is not available on our sales page. This is only available in this workshop on this training right now, guys. That's 3 months for the price of 2. That's $50 off your 3-month membership. You won't have to pay anything else until 2020. You can work the rest of this year on building your product and going out and marketing your product. And if you click that link and you join today, this is only going to be available here. We don't offer the quarterly price anywhere else except on workshops, and we only do a few of these workshops online. So outside of the Flip Your Life community. So if you want more information on how to grow your business, how to market it, maybe you've already got your product launched or you're ready to go. We take it step by step. The Flip Your Life blueprint. Let me show you the Flip Your Life blueprint so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. It's hard to explain it, but I can just show you real quick, and then we'll get back. If you got a question, go ahead and drop it. I'm having a blast answering your questions. I'd love to help you guys research your idea. If you want some help getting your ideas researched, go ahead and ask right now, and I'll go ahead and help you do that. But let me pull up real quick the let's see here. Let me pull up what I'm doing. Let me pull up. There's Zoom. I got like 15 windows open. Y'all ever have 1,000 tabs open You have no clue how to do it. Let me just type it in here. Maybe this is it. No. Okay, let me type it in here. Flip Your Life. I'm going to log into the community. I'll show you the course area. Mark, this will be good for you too because I'll show you where we were. All right, so I'm going to share my screen real quick. Go ahead and ask a question. I got about 15, 20 more minutes. Maybe I might stick around for 30. So if you want me to research your idea online, we'll do it. If you don't care to show everybody what's going on, never worry about anybody stealing your idea. That's not how it works. Like, let's be real. Let's be a community. Let's talk about this. I'll help you research your idea right now. But let me show you inside the community real quick, and I'll show you where all this is. All right, so Mark, check this out. This is what you're going to see when you log into the Flip Your Life community. There's my big face. I just did a Black Friday training last Sunday. I'm going to have new trainings coming up pretty soon. We have the podcast actually comes out early. So if you want to get the Flip Lifestyle podcast one day early, members get to listen to it earlier than everybody else. Comes out a day early on Fridays and Sundays. I think is when it comes out for both those episodes. But when you log in, if you click over here inside the Flip Your Life Blueprint area, all right, we have all of our trainings live right here in this one place in the forums, okay? So you can see there's a PDF that you can print out, and it gives you a step-by-step process you can follow. Just basically watch these courses in order. If you're a true beginner and you're literally right now, all you have is an idea, you start at number 1, and that's what you do. So you can go down that, but we help you set your goals. We help you, if you want deeper information, like if you don't really know your idea yet, we've got a course in here. And this is designed to help you pick out those God-given talents, to identify those God-given experiences that you have in your life that could be turned into digital products, turned into communities, turned into mentorship products, turned into stuff that you can sell online. So we'll help you go deeper in that. That's about a 30, 45-minute course. When you click on our courses, it drops you right into a forum area. And you can see here's all of our courses. And we've got lots of different things. You can actually ask questions about any of the courses. Log in here, no problem at all, okay? But basically, you just start at the top of the Flip Your Life Blueprint and you go down. Is your spouse not on board with your online dream? We'll help you do it. You want to come up with your perfect customer? You want to define your customer avatar? We'll help you do that. We'll help you create the product. We'll show you what that looks like. We'll go deeper. If you want to watch a deeper training on researching and vetting your idea, we've got that in there. We got training for the Google AdWords Keyword Planner. Some of you said you don't have a lot of time and money. Well, guess what? We didn't either. We were teachers in Southeast Kentucky working full-time jobs with 2 small kids when we started our business. But guess what? We had to make it happen. We figured out how to make it happen, and we can help you plan to find the time and resources you need to grow your business, turning it into a recurring revenue business where you get paid every month, month after month, year after year, memberships. And then we even go into websites, branding, social media marketing. We help you build your website. We help you to create free content, how to build an audience. We got that all in here. And of course, everything you need, basically, guys, to grow your business, to take your idea and make it a reality, to make that idea go from reality to actually paying you is inside of the Flip Your Life community. So today's thing was just about giving you some tips on how to settle in on an idea, and we can take that idea and turn it into a product inside, okay? All right, so I got another question here from Tyler. Tyler said, if you have any questions about the Flip Your Life community, go ahead and ask those right now as well. Anything you want to ask about the Q&As, about the courses, hey, do you have this course in there? Let me know, and I'll be glad to answer those questions as well today. Or if you want me to help you research your idea, let me know, okay? All right, Tyler says, are the online courses a set it and forget it, or is it a constant injection of content and videos? I like to have a baseline, Tyler, like maybe pick the 3 most important courses, and you just create those, and now you've got a product. And then you can add to them as your audience asks you questions. Like there's times, like today, we've gotten good questions here on the Q&A. I could go back and review this, and I might say, you know, we need to create a course about that, and we'll just put it into our product, okay? So now some of these courses in here, like how to get your spouse on board with your online business, or how to find time and money to invest into your business. Those are courses we created like 2015. They're evergreen. They would never change. So they are kind of set it and forget it, right? So it just depends how you want to build your business. It depends what your topic is. Some of those things might change, like that ASVAB test that we talked about earlier with Gabrielle. Like that might change, right? Like they may change something on the test, change requirements. She would need to go update that. You know, you teach, I think you asked the question about Facebook ads, or I think that was you, might have been somebody else. But the person who asked the question about Facebook ads, what if Facebook changes an interface? They're gonna have to go in and change something. So there's no such thing as set it and forget it. Let me just go there. Whatever gurus you're listening to, whatever miracles they make online business look like, this is still a job. You still are going to be creating things. You're still going to be making things in the future. You're going to be changing your ideas. You're going to be evolving. You're going to be working. Now, Jocelyn and I only work on Flip Lifestyle maybe like 2-3 hours a day. We have our Q&A schedule. We record our podcast. We get into our forums and we answer people's questions. We got a community manager in there that makes sure everybody gets an answer and everybody gets directed toward. We have an amazing forum. It's got over 150,000 posts of people talking to each other. That's like a mastermind of family-focused entrepreneurs from all over the world. So all that exists in there, but we are always adding, we're always growing, we're always doing new things. And we only have to work a couple hours a day on it, but we still have to work on it, right? So, the goal is give yourself the ability to choose when you work. Give yourself the ability to create your own income. Give yourself the ability to set your own schedule and then do the work you love and do the work that matters. Like that's the mission. That's our Flipped Lifestyle mission. That's what we want for you and your family and your online business. But it's never just set it and forget it and you're good forever. Okay. All right. So Rhonda says, I've created keepsake products and want to decide what to focus on, like holidays, like my planner. I'm this far, but don't know what to focus on next. If you have a website and you have if you have a website and you have a product, okay, then you need to go right here. Let me show you. All right. What you need to look for inside the Flip Your Life community is promotion stuff. So just scroll down to where you need it, right? Okay. We have products right here on how to create an email autoresponder sequence. We have products called Building Your Chain, guiding your audience from discovery, which is your website, to purchase. We teach you how to do sales funnels. We teach you how to maximize profits. We teach you about advertising. Jocelyn's done some great coursework here on advertising products. We talk about pricing, and we help you narrow in what to focus on. So we do have, all you got to do is log into the Flip Your Life community. And there are courses waiting for you there. The forums are there for you to ask questions. And we've got Q&As coming up next week, I think. And right now, if you join today, you can save, $50 on a quarter. That takes it to $99. That gives you 3 months. You don't have to pay anything again until 2020. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Just get in there and take that. You won't find those courses anywhere else for that price. Everybody else is going to charge you $1,000 just for the sales stuff, how to do a sales funnel. I was just watching a webinar the other night. There was a sales funnel training that he was selling for $997. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, just, join the community and watch the courses, okay? Let's see. Sales is not my strength. How much do actual sales affect your course success? Well, the good thing is that you can get better at sales, and you can learn copywriting tricks, you can tactics, you can, swipe other people's stuff and look how they're doing things and write different kinds of copy. Like, you can learn that, right? But that's an excuse. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you're trying to talk yourself out of being successful. None of us are good at everything, right? I'm not good at the systems and the back end stuff like that run our online business. Like, some of the stuff that runs the Flip Your Life community and the forums and the courses, like, I don't even understand how it works, man. I'm not good at that, right? I'm okay with technology, but I'm not good at systems, So I had to find a way to overcome that, dude, or I didn't know how to do a WordPress website when I first started. I had to learn the basics until I made enough money to hire someone to do it better. Jocelyn and I don't know how to use the back end of all of our tools. We have to go hire people to make it better, but we had to do something. We had to learn the basics, but to go out and make something so we could do that, we had to get started somewhere. And same thing with sales. Like, you got to get used to it. You got to get over it. Like, you got to learn enough to be dangerous and then tell somebody else what you want. And then you can go in and take my copywriting information. I've got a training that shows you how to build a sales funnel. It shows you, I have a 21-point checklist that shows you exactly how to build a sales page inside the Flip Your Life community right now. Do that. That's something, right? Get in the community and say, hey guys, I suck at sales copy. Here's a paragraph. Help me rewrite it. And you'll see people will help you rewrite all that stuff. So don't make excuses. I'm not good at something is not an excuse not to take action on your idea and not to take action and build a better brand and not to put your product out there, because all you're doing is stealing from two things. You're stealing from your future and your family's future. You're stealing their opportunity to give your kids a better life. You're stealing from the future that you could have for you and your spouse. And also, you're robbing the people who you could be helping of your courses, of your trainings. Like, every one of you probably have an idea, and it's probably tied to a mission. Like Gabrielle's example today was helping people get into the military. People have a dream to get in the military, and if they don't pass that test, maybe they don't get in. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm just assuming. Like, that's a mission to help those people. Like, we don't have to do Flip Lifestyle. We've got a lot of other businesses. We've got a lot of other things that make money, but we have a mission to help people like you guys change their family's future. That's why our membership is such a low cost. We wanted to remove the barrier to entry and make this the membership for the masses. So all these entrepreneurs charging $10,000 for 50-minute videos wouldn't be able to rip people off, and we could help people start, build, and grow their own online business, take control of their life, be there for their kids, change their family's future. I remember back in March, Isaac went to the emergency room. He was on a trampoline, and he hit his neck. And we went and got it x-rayed at a clinic, and they said, oh my God, we think he broke his neck. He could be paralyzed. They put him in traction, put him on a board. He was in the emergency room. It was crazy. Like, we were there for 4 or 5 hours. Jocelyn came in, she passed out. Like, it was madness. Like, we really thought my son was paralyzed. And, he's 10 years old now. And I remember everything checked out okay. It was a false positive on the first x-ray. We got MRIs, CAT scans, all that good stuff. So we actually got to leave 5 hours later. He was fine. Everything was okay. And I remember looking at him in the back window, and I was just really grateful, that I was there for him that day. I didn't have to ask anybody to take off work. This was like, noon, lunchtime. And I was at the emergency room. I was there. It didn't affect my business in any way. And that was the moment that I was looking for when I promised myself that I would get out of working for somebody else, right? And that's what drives us, because we started helping people do this, and they started succeeding, and they started going through the blueprint, and they started making money, and people started quitting their jobs. And now we've got people with 1,000 members paying them $50 every month. All these success stories that are happening. Like, that's what drives us. That's our why. That's our mission. Okay. So let all that drive you too. Don't let any excuse hold you back. You're not going to rob your family from their future, and you're not going to rob the people that you could help. Like, we know people need this. And we know people can't afford it in other places, so we make it affordable for them, okay? You're going to do the exact same thing. All right, guys, I think that's all the questions that we have right now. I'm going to drop this into the chat one more time, all right? For showing up to this webinar, we want to give you a reward. We love to reward people who show up. We love to reward people who commit to their success and their family's future. That's why we have a discount on a 3-month package of the Flip Your Life community. Right now, it's in the chat box. You can go to flippedlifestyle.com/quarterly, QUARTERLY, flippedlifestyle.com/quarterly. You can get 3 months right now for the price of 2. Normally $49 a month. We're going to let you get in for 3 months for $99. And if you join today, it's is this October? It's October. You don't have to pay anything until 2020. You don't got to pay anything until next year. You don't got to pay anything until next decade. You can get in right now. You can go watch today. If you're not sure about your idea, you could go watch both of our idea trainings. They're deeper than this. They'll actually help you go through and pick out all of your talents, all of your abilities, all of your experiences, and show you how to turn those into a product. If you've got your idea and you're ready to go, we'll show you how to create your product. If you've got your product, we'll show you how to build a platform, grow an audience, and start selling that thing online. That's flippedlifestyle.com/quarterly, flippedlifestyle.com/quarterly, and you can get your journey, start your journey today. We'd love to help you inside. We've got a member call next week, get 2 Q&As with me and Jocelyn every single month, and we've got one coming up next week, like just in a few days. So you could get started today. Tyler joined. I see you, Tyler. You could get started today, work on your next step, and then come ask me and Jocelyn a question next week. We will be there for you. The community will be there for you. Courses will be there for you. We're always adding new things into our community. And we would really love to help you start, build, and grow your online business, become and stay self-employed so that you can find the freedom that we have. Freedom to be there for your kids, freedom to be there for your marriage, freedom to do what you want to do and not be locked in to somebody else's agenda every day of your life. It's not easy. You're going to have to roll up your sleeves. You're going to have to open your wallet, and you're going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have to build that wall brick by brick, build that foundation brick by brick. But if you do that and you start doing it today, tomorrow, who knows where you're going to end up. We want to help you get there. That's flippedlifestyle.com/quarterly. I'm going to actually leave this on for just a few minutes. So that link is in the chat for anybody who wants to sign up now. That is a workshop exclusive price. I do not offer that price on our email list. That price is not available anywhere at flippedlifestyle.com that I know of. You cannot get that anywhere else. That is 1 month free every 3 months. Don't pay anything until 2020. All you got to do today is $99. You get access to every course. We have over 50 trainings inside the Flip Your Life Blueprint area. We have community forums. You can go in right now and continue the conversation that we've been having with everybody in the Flip Your Life community. Member exclusives, like getting to listen to the Flip Lifestyle podcast early every single week. All kinds of special trainings that we put in there. And anything that you need to help you change your family's future, we're here for you. So go to fliplifestyle.com/quarterly. Had a great time with you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend. And we hope to see you inside of the community and inside of our next member call. Until our next workshop, get out there. Take action. Do whatever it takes. Flip your life. We'll see you then.